Okay, so good evening. Good evening to all who are in the call right now. So this is a call regarding a very pertinent issue that we are facing right now, in connection with the Haryana PSC exam for the assistant professor post. There have been some confusions and some developments that are deeply troubling our students. So we have here candidates who have been through this entire process and they want to discuss this. So we thought we'll provide them a platform where they can share their grievances and they can share their concerns, and together we can try to find a solution for that. But before we inviting them one after another to discuss this issue, I would request Dr. Kalyani Vallath, who have been leading the students through this course for more than maybe 3 years or nearly 3 years. So I invite Dr. Kalyani to give a brief update on what happened exactly at the HPSC course and exam afterwards.
Yeah. I am speaking not only as a teacher of my students, but also as a citizen of this country. I am deeply involved and interested in education and exams. And what happened is around 2 years ago in 2024, the assistant professor post was called for in Haryana. And even before that, my students who were preparing for UGC NET and SET, they were eager to pass this exam. They looked forward to this exam. I remember even during the NET classes, they would ask me about how to prepare for this exam. And after 2 years of relentless preparation, after a screening test and also subject knowledge test, after many people passing and not passing and all that, suddenly on the 12th of May of this year, they have just squashed the English recruitment. So, what is going to happen to these students who have been preparing for so many years? Who is answerable to them? Who is going to, compensate for the time that they have lost, for the efforts that they have taken? They have gone through each and every book, and they have improved their writing. They have bought materials. They have spent money. They are not just students who are, all the time preparing for this exam. Many of them are mothers and fathers and people with responsibilities and jobs. They have parents to look after. And in between all this, when they spend this much time and effort, and then suddenly the whole exam is, nullified, it is a very huge shock, and it makes people question the relevance of traditional education and exams. And why do we prepare? Why do we write these exams? They are asking me this question. It is necessary to give voice to these students, to let them speak out their mind and see if anybody can do anything about it. I am seriously interested in helping these poor students, not only those who attended my course, but in general, all over India. This is a question that is being raised. Why is this happening with NEET and this HPSC and so many exams? Once NET was also cancelled like this without explanation. Who will speak out for us and for the students? Is education about wasting people's time and making a fool of them? That is what I want to ask.
Yeah, true. This is really a very concerned situation. It's a very serious situation that we need to raise up. We need to talk about it. So let's go to Karuna. Karuna Parihar. Are you online?
Yes,
Karuna?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just tell us what exactly happened in HPSC.
So HPSC was unlike the different exams that have been conducted so far. It was a whole process which we had to go through. First of all, the notification came out on the 2nd of August 2024. After that, there was a huge uproar that not a detailed syllabus has been provided. So then on the 10th of April 2025, the syllabus was changed, like a detailed syllabus was given. After which, on the 8th of June 2025, the screening test was conducted. And the subject knowledge test after that was conducted on the 17th of August, 17th August 2025. And then on the 29th Jan of 2026, the interview was conducted. So it means that a lot of time has gone into the preparation of this exam. And then the pattern of the exam was quite different. So earlier to that, in I think in 2019, HPSC had conducted the assistant professor exams, but then that was objective type exam, and this time it was a whole UPSC style exam. So I think it was a very good step forward because I think the rationale was very clear, because they wanted to analyze the intellectual analysis of the students, the capacity of the students, the mental potential of the students. So that was very different, and it was good in the manner that students who were really laborious, who had really in-depth thinking, were able to get through it. So for me, it was a very good experience of learning.
Yeah.
Not so, it helped us a lot. And I would extend my special thanks to Kalyani ma'am and her entire team, because from my side, I feel that most of the institution, what would they have done? They would have simply said that, oh, earlier the syllabus was more or less the net syllabus. And now all of a sudden, just means the time span that was given between the detailed syllabus that was provided to us and then the screening test, that was just 2 months. It was literally impossible for any other institution. It would have been impossible to, change it so quickly and be there for the students. She did not wash off her hands that, oh, we have provided the syllabus, we have provided you the material. No, she came, she stood there and she said that, okay, even if the syllabus has been changed, we are there for you, you don't worry. So that was like a strong support for us, for me at least, because I was a working professional with a family and everything. So her support and the entire team was brilliant.
Okay.
Thanks, ma'am. And see, you are providing here also. Now also you are standing up for us. You are providing us a platform for raising our voice. That is, I think, that is a true a passion of an educationist that you have, and your entire team, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
We are always for the students, Karna. So Dr. Kalyani, like what change had we had to go through when there was a sudden shift in the syllabus? You're on mute, Kalyani.
It was like teaching for 2 different exams. At first, we were teaching and we had many classes. And then from the scratch, we had to produce materials. Team Vallath, all the faculty who are with us, they rose to the occasion. Everybody was studying and making PPTs and making videos and teaching. Quizzes were made. So we just stood together and did it. It was a lot of extra work. But I always kept telling everybody, don't think like that, we are learning. And also, for other exams, we can make use of this learning. So it is like food for later years. We never thought twice about not being with our students, because our objective is not running a course. Our objective is our students passing the exam and getting that job. But that is what has been just squashed, and that dream is just crushed now. It hurts me more than I can explain.
Yeah, true. So after all the labor that we had to take up for all the effort that the students had to take, they had to wait for a long while for the results and also then go through court. And I think Kajal can explain about that. Kajal, are you online?
She is. She's just unmuting herself.
Yeah. Tell us.
Yeah, sir, I can hear.
Tell us about what happened after the exams.
Sir, basically after we wrote our subjective exam, which you can also term as our mains exam. So we had to wait for almost like 3 months of getting our result in our hands. So we sat for the exam on 18th of the August, and our result came after like 3 months of tirelessly waiting for it on 2nd of December. And the uproar regarding all this questioning about the court proceedings started after that only, because out of the 613 seats, only 151 qualified for the next stage of the exam, which was basically the interview. So it was something that it was mentioned in the advertisement that you have to get at least 35% marks in the mains in order to qualify for the interview. So it was the passing percentage that has been decided by the HPSC. So after that, the court case got filed, and just before 1 day before our interviews were on the 28th and 29th of January of 2026. Just 1 day prior to our interview dates, we got a stay on the final result that the PSC cannot release our final result. And that was a shocker itself, because we were preparing ourselves, we were like tying our laces to get into the interview room, we are polishing our skills, we were trying to get hold on to the subject, we are trying to have good communication skills, we are assessing our personality, we are evaluating that how we speak, how we conduct ourselves. And just 1 day prior to that, it we had an information that we had a stay on our final result. Then we went to the court proceedings, and as we all know, that legal process is not something that not test you, it tests you like on so many levels, emotionally, mentally, at times physically also. So we had to wait, and we were expecting that on the 12th of May, we would have, like, after all this tireless waiting for the result, for the legal procedures and everything, that we will have our joining letters in our hand. But what we got in the hands was that the entire advertisement got quashed, and we have nothing as of now in our hands.
Well, that's very hard that you have to. I'm really sorry for what you have been subjected to all through. Kajal, like it's very scary, the situation, that the efforts that you have taken. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought I lost the connection. But then, while we are discussing it, we need to talk more about how we all prepared for the exam, because from what you have been mentioned, Dr. Kalyani have been mentioning about it, and uh, the way syllabus was changed, shorter time was given. So let's hear it from Chahat, how hard it was for the candidates to prepare for the consistency and the struggles in preparing in the middle of all this confusion. Chahat,
Hello, good evening, sir.
good
Good
evening.
So the classes which were provided to us by Kalyani ma'am and her entire team, they played such a crucial role in providing us the direction and the clarity which was very much needed. We were constantly given the quizzes and questions which helped us to test our knowledge, but also to enhance our abilities to recall information under the time constraints. I joined ma'am's program very late. So I was under a time crunch. So what I did was I constantly just kept on going through ma'am's lectures and I was making my own notes. So I think this thing really helped me out a lot, sir. Because while I was preparing for the objective exam, I was also making my subjective notes. So as soon as I was done with my objective exam, I had only a few topics left of which I had to prepare my subjective notes. And I think after that, I just dedicated my entire time in writing the answers. I was very consistent with sending my answers to ma'am, and she was very thorough with the feedback. She kept on telling me what I'm doing right and what I should do more, what I'm doing, but what I shouldn't do, and what I'm not doing, but I should do. So ma'am was very, very thorough with the feedback. Uh, no doubt, sir, there were moments of uncertainty and setbacks, but the constant support which was given to me by my family and obviously Kalyani ma'am, that made the entire process a little easier. Okay, if not easier, then definitely much bearable.
So
And
we appreciate the dedication of the patients and the effort that you have taken for this preparation. So Chahat, how were the questions like? Were they along the expected lines, or were there surprises?
so the questions were very comprehensive and they were very thoughtfully designed. to assess not only our factual knowledge, but also our analytical abilities and our conceptual understandings. And I don't know why people kept saying that questions were very easy. To be honest, they were not easy. No matter how much we prepared, none of us was prepared to write about 5 authors in a 10 marker. And there were many multiple questions like that. So, sir, questions were definitely tricky. And I think because of how much we were motivated by ma'am, she kept on telling us that how we should try to write every answer under 10 minutes. I think that really helped me a lot because I was able to complete all the 15 questions under 3 hours. And yes, sir, they were very, very nice questions. Not on the basic level, but I think they were good questions.
But then you could attempt it really well, given all the preparation that you have done.
I think, sir, I did, but because we do not know our marks, so I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
I did, sir.
That's the hard part of it, Chahat. So this is personally like this is a grave injustice done to each one of you. Like it's not just about one or two students; it's a whole community of students who have gone through this much of preparation, through such confusion, and then gave out their best, and still they don't know what their marks are. So are they like? Can you just tell us about your personal plight?
Yes, sir. So as Chahat and Kajal, Karuna ma'am, they have said, we had been working relentlessly. We have spent our nights and days working and preparing for this exam. We literally had only 4 months after the new syllabus was released to face the SKT and the screening test. And we were preparing completely for a new syllabus after that was released. So it was not easy to deal with in such a short time. And despite of that, with of course ma'am's help, we could get through it. And we were called for the interview. But then because of this whole court case and the proceedings that were going on, we could not even see our marks. We could not see what and how much good we could do in that short span of time with that relentless preparation that we had gone through. And not only that, me personally, and I know many of my fellow candidates who appeared the interview, they are working professionals. Some left their jobs, some delayed their careers, their PhDs, some even tried to adjust their personal lives with their children and families and laws just to get through this exam. And what we were given at the end of the whole hard work that we poured into this exam was next to zero. It was almost zero. The advertisement for English only was quashed, which seemed arbitrary to us. And it is, of course, a grave, ironical situation for us as of now.
That's truly worrying because I've been told that we came to know that the other assistant professors in other subjects, some other subjects were chosen by the same process, exactly the same process. Only English and some other subjects were quashed after all this effort. So, Richa, can you just explain what happened with this? Why English? Or do you have any idea why English has been quashed? Richa?
She's here.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, you're right. Several assistant professors for other subjects have joined already. Their duties, they've joined their colleges. And although I'm happy for them because I have been through this hard process of it all, and we've also established that it was quite a transparent process as well because the marks were, for the screening exam and everything was shown to us from time to time. Everything was notified on the websites of HPSC. So it has been a transparent but a very difficult process. And just like us, they have also gone through it, so they deserve it. They are deserving candidates, and I do congratulate them. And I'm glad that such deserving people are joining the higher education system in Haryana because I'm definitely sure they are brilliant. They're going to bring a change there. But at the same time, it is disheartening As much as it is gladdening, it's also a little bit disheartening because we have also gone through the same process. We have also qualified the 35% criteria. At the same time, our subject has been just set aside. It's like everything evaporated and we have not done anything. Um, Personally, I was pregnant through the whole process, and then I had a little one at the time of the interview. Considering that, it feels like our hard work was just, the results, the fruits of our hard work were just denied to us. And also at the same time, because this process is being challenged and the voices are being raised against them, some of the people who have already joined, they are also worried that, such a process can be challenged at any time, and that also disturbs the mental peace of educators, professionals. If a teacher is going into a classroom, they should be able to teach with a free mind. They should be able to connect with students. But if they are also worried, and we at the same time are also fighting to get our voice out there. So this has all been quite, you can say, disheartening, I'll say. That's the word that comes to mind all the time.
So
Yeah.
what was the narrative that is being built around for being cited as a reason for quashing the English exam, English results?
Yeah, so it has been earlier in the very beginning when the uproar happened, it was like the 35% criteria was being questioned. But at the same time, the everyone who had appeared for the exam, be it screening exam, be it the SKT, they have read the advertisement, and we knew through the advertisement itself that 35% is the qualifying criteria. You have to get 35% just to be considered into the passing students, who will be considered for the document verification. And then if you pass the document verification, then you sit for the interview. So it's not that it came out of just out of the blue, that suddenly one day HPSC got up and said this. It was already mentioned in the advertisement, but then again, the case was filed, the whole process was questioned, and then the question of UGC norms being followed came up, and it is still under judicial, contemplation. So I'll not comment on that because it is up to the judges to decide on it. But on our side, when we read the advertisement, when we started preparing, we were doing everything with quite honesty and hard work. And other people who have already joined, they have also done it the same way. I know some people who have joined for other subjects. They're brilliant people. Even some of our subjects, the people who have qualified in our subject, I've known them through my academic career, during my time at the university when I was a student. And I knew that, these are brilliant people. These are going to clear the exam. They're very hardworking people. So we know that this process has handpicked and has selected these students who have been very hardworking, and they're going to prove to be an asset to the higher education of Haryana. Be it the ones who have joined, or be it the ones like us, whose joining is still in question. But yeah, kudos to them and congratulations to them. And I do hope that we also get the fruits of our labor soon.
So do we have a legal remedy for this? Like only from, as you have rightly said, some other subjects have already completed the process of admitting assistant professors, selecting an interview. They're in their career, beginning of their career, whereas you are still being denied that chance. So is there a window for legal remedy open for us?
HPSC is, fighting for it. They are looking into the matter, and I'm hoping that things will come out in our favor, hopefully, for the sake of our hard work and our dedication.
True, very true. We all hope that the career will open for you, because given the effort that you have put in, Dr. Kalyani, like the Vallath team has gone all out to support them through their times. As Medhavi could tell us about the preparation they had for this exam. Medhavi.
Yes, sir. I have been like ma'am's student for 6 to 7 years now, and I'm really, really happy that I could join Vallath because I've learned a lot. It from beginning of every single thing, like from the very initial point of how literature started, how everything happened. So ma'am not only taught a course, but she actually built us into better individuals, better teachers, better people for that matter. And for this particular course, and I'm like glad to say that ma'am actually provides scholarships and other things to students. And I was one such student ma'am provided scholarship to. I joined this course, and the whole process from the beginning of the course till the end, ma'am walked us through it. Like my friends have already mentioned, every single step, every single stage, ma'am was there with us to answer our queries, to help us at every single point. The most unique thing was the answer writing point, like Chahat and others have mentioned. So we got feedbacks for every single answers that we wrote. And ma'am used to say, ki, apart from the questions I'm asking you to write more questions and I'll evaluate them also. So there was no restriction. It was like the field is yours, study as hard you can, work as hard you can. And the whole team, like Ankita is such a brilliant educator, others also, not just Ankita, Rushati ma'am, Setu ma'am, and Mansi ma'am, everybody was there to help us and guide us through the whole process. So I'm really glad that I could learn with ma'am, and I could grow through this whole process. I'm also hopeful that something good will come out of it. But yes, this whole process has been changing, and the whole process has been a sort of a new birth to all the people who were studying. Because like Karuna mentioned, this kind of exam is not what happens everywhere. From the very setting of questions, from the whole process, like UPSC like pattern was there earlier, it was not there. So it was a very tough at the same time learning process, and I'm really glad I could study with ma'am and team.
And also, when you talk about the preparation, more of course, the subject is so vast, and you have done extensive work. And preparing for the interview was also a major component of it. And Rakshasa, can you give us a briefing about how you prepared for the interview?
As Medhavi ma'am said, ma'am helped us thoroughly with our subjective writing skills. But for me personally, I am connected to the spoken English program, also run by Vallath. And there, Nirmala ma'am, she intensely helped me with my spoken skills. I come from a very small town from Rajasthan, sir. My educational background is very humble. I do not even think of competing with the students who have been studying rigorously in a university or something. I've been taught in a government college here. So spoken skills have always been something that I am underconfident in. I know I can speak, but to frame those sentences in a coherent structure is what Nirmala ma'am taught me. And that reflected in my answer writing as well eventually, sir, because I've been with Nirmala ma'am for about a year. So when I started speaking better, I obviously started writing better. So my skills were building from within. She worked me, she worked through me as a person, because in the class we would talk about everything and anything, sir, from geopolitics to something so subjective and so philosophical. So she walked me through the entire process, not as a process to sit in a competitive exam, but as a method or as a tool for learning, to expand yourself more, to understand that you are going to be in my place someday. You are going to be teaching students like I am teaching you. And she walked me through that so effortlessly and so into ease. She made me so into ease with the process. So when I was sitting for the exam, I was not nervous at all, sir. I am sorry. I'm being honest. I was not nervous because I knew for a fact that Vallath has taught me enough to have confidence in me that I will crack this. Whatever they throw at me, bring it. I'll crack it. That's the mindset Vallath has brought into me. And I think that is required to be a teacher in today's scenario, sir, to stand, to be very confident in yourselves. And Vallath, not for the interview, Vallath did not just teach me for the interview, it taught me for life. And for that, I am grateful to Vallath and Nirmala ma'am and Kalyani ma'am, of course. Thank you, sir.
Beautiful, Rakshasa. We believe that learning is for life in Vallath. That's what our motto is. Our heart goes out for you. We are there for you all through this. We do hope that these things turn out for better. Isn't it, Kalyani, Dr. Kalyani? They have been preparing so extensively and dedicated their entire life for this. So
what really pains is, after all this correct process that they are talking about going on, and they have gone through this, if there is no hope, if there is no aim, if the end is not in sight, and you feel like you have been deprived of your rights, that is what is really painful. It is important that we talk about it. It is not something that we should be silent about. Rakshasa?
Ma'am, I am sorry, but I need to get this out of my system. It feels like that we are living the absurdism that Kamu described. It feels like we are pushing a boulder up a hill and it's going nowhere. We feel Sisyphus right now, ma'am.
Beauty.
Yes, ma'am. It's like the silent confrontation, like the dialogue between us and the universe, and all we are getting is that silence, absolute silence with no response at all. To add to what Rakshita has said.
Anand, a deep pessimism and hopelessness is slowly setting in, like darkness on our country, on the youth of our country. The people who should be leading the nation, the people who should be teaching and molding another generation, people who should be writing and expressing themselves, they are being silenced, their tongues are being pulled out. They have gone through so much for so many years now. It is not just one small thing. They've gone through so much, with the unexpectedness, with the unpredictability of the system, the lack of transparency in the system. I do not know which door to knock, where to turn to, because it's not fair to have so many people struggling like this, studying and spending their energy to build a nation, to build a future, and not getting anywhere, not being helped at all. It is true that, okay, you have your takeaway, you are all better people, Rakshasa can speak better, you have all learned English literature, but for what? Where are we going? Why don't you tell us? If there is no hope or ahead, why do we even get our education? Why did we spend all the precious years of our life? That is such a, like a scream, like a painful, cry. It is rising from this entire country. It is not just Haryana. It is not just these few people here. We are speaking for many more. It should become a big dialogue. It should, resonate in every corner of this society, and we should do something about it.
Definitely, we have to do something about it. And please, we are all warriors who are going to take this torch forward. So big salute to all of you. You came out and spoke about it. There's not even an iota, there's not even a dot of exaggeration in whatever you have said. You have spoken from your hearts. We salute all of you for that. And you are
And
brave
Vallath is
ones.
there for you, isn't it, Anand?
Always.
Vallath
Yeah,
is there
Vallath
for you.
will
If there
always
is
be.
another exam, another hope, we are there to hold your hand and take you through. Because our aim is not, again, to run any course. Our aim is to see you there, to make sure that the results of your hard work is attained.
And we are with you to take this conversation forward to wherever we need to do that. So we must make this sound be heard across the nation, because this is not just about the Haryana PSC examination. This is about a nation being built by the young minds, enterprising minds, such huge talent out there. So we have to take this forward, and we are with you in this. We will make this happen together. Don't worry about it. We don't let's not let the pessimism seep in and settle down. Let's fight. We are all warriors. We'll fight this out together
In a good way.
in a good
For
way.
a better future.
Better future. And we are going to build this nation. We are going to make our country
Don't
the
give up
best.
studying. Build your skills.
Let's come out of this as better human beings and better Indians, and we'll together build a better India. So let's do that. And it's not an easy job. It's easier said than done. The road ahead of us is going to be very hard, but then we will finish this. We'll take up this journey, and we are there for you all through. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, on that note, once again, I salute you all of you who have come out here and just talked about this and discussed this, and we are taking this conversation forward We are making this heard. We will do whatever we can do from our end. And one thing, as Dr. Kalyani said, you can be assured is Vallath is there for you, always. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.